Hi guys, and welcome back to the pantomime that is, of course, Sunderland Football Club. So a couple of things have been happening today, and I just thought I'd keep you guys updated and touch upon what has been going on in terms of the owners, Stuart Donald, Charlie Methven, etc. And KLD is set to be meeting with the Red and White Army tomorrow for the first meeting with them since he has taken over the club, or at least jumped on board. So today, what has happened? So Stuart Donald, he has been on the radio and he has been discussing his intentions of what he wants to do in terms of selling his shares. He said that he still wants to sell his shares of the club, but he wants it to be in the best interest of Sunderland for who he sells them to. And also he has shown his intent of potentially returning to his former club, Eastleigh, as well. So with all this going on, the Roker Report, of course, have messaged or emailed both Stuart Donald and Charlie Methven after this radio interview has come to light, essentially asking questions once again around what's actually going on, and as such asking the simple questions: what's actually going on, how much do you want for your shareholdings of the club, etc. So we just want to know what's going on. So Roker Report have asked the question and they have got themselves a response, and the response did come from none other than the Rat, Salmon Pants, also known as Charlie Methven. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read through the response that we got from Charlie Methven. Then I'll just give you a little bit of my thoughts on the whole situation, what I'm buying, what I'm not buying, etc. So yeah, and then of course at the end you guys can just let me know your comments down below, what you think's going on and just your thoughts on the whole thing as well. So this is what Charlie Methven did have to say. Hi, as you know, at this time last year, Stuart sold 41% of the club to the Louis Dreyfus family. The details of that sale are confidential, but it's fair to say that Stuart was always hoping to find someone to purchase the entire club. Nevertheless, he agreed the deal with Kyril because he felt that he would be a better chairman for the club going forward than some of the other candidates. Both Stuart and I were fully aware of the desire from a number of Sunderland fans for us to have nothing to do with the running of the club. Therefore, we elected not to take up the 3 board seats to which we are entitled and kept away from the Sol and the Academy of Light, while still making our pro rata financial contributions. It has now become clear, though, that there is a group of fans that views even our continued presence on the shareholding register as an impediment to the club's progress. To help solve that problem, earlier this week, Stuart placed our combined 39% shareholding of the club with a prominent broker for sale at 11.7 million, equal to a club valuation of 30 million. That is a lower valuation than this time last year, despite more than 8 million of investment over the last 12 months on infrastructure, players and COVID-related payments. I think that Stuart is now on the record as saying that he wants to go back to Eastleigh, and in general I think that all parties recognise that it's time to close this chapter swiftly and reasonably. I read in media reports that Steve Davison has stated that there is a desire to buy those shares from existing shareholders. Obviously, if that is the case, then the situation would be resolved very quickly, as there will be no due diligence, new shareholder agreements and EFL approvals. However, if existing shareholders do not in fact wish to buy the shares, as is 100% their prerogative, then a bit more patience may be required. So for me, I just find the timing of this all coming out now incredibly sort of fishy. It's a bit of a coincidence, isn't it, that Kyril is meeting with the Red and White Army tomorrow, and now it's almost as if Stuart Donald and now of course Charlie Methven as well, they've put all of the pressure on KLD less than 24 hours before he's due to have that meeting. He's put all the ball in their court because they're saying that it's only a week ago that Stuart Donald and Charlie Methven have put their percentages, their shares on the market for sale. So only a week ago they've done this. And they're saying there that they're more than happy to sell to KLD if KLD wants 100%. And it has been stated, they said before, with Steve Davison, apparently there has been news saying that KLD is happy to purchase 100%. You could argue if that's the case, then why hasn't it been done already? And of course it would be a lot quicker, like Charlie Methven said then, if he is to purchase, because you don't need to go through all those agreements because you've given it to a member who's already on board, that the due diligence has already been done on KLD. So really that could be a rapid sale. Well, that's if he wants to buy it. And for the money they're asking for as well, it's absolute robbery. It is absolute robbery. He said that he's put 8 million into the club. They bought the club with the club's own money. They withdrew millions upon millions out of the club and have not paid it back. So then to be asking KLD, or anyone else for that matter, 11 odd million, that's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And then you can argue, you know, oh, well, KLD apparently has billions in the bank and this, that and the other. But I don't think that's the way you can look at it. You know, I think it's just a morality thing, you know, regardless of whether, you know, in comparison to what KLD might have in the bank, for someone to be asking for 11 million, which is a lot of money anyway, for someone who has put next to Jack shit into the club, you know, you're not going to want to get bullied. You know, you're getting robbed essentially there. Do you know what I mean? You're getting absolutely robbed. So all this is done is really just put all the pressure on KLD. This put all the pressure on KLD for the meeting tomorrow, because no doubt the questions are going to be, oh well, Stuart Donald and Charlie Methven said that they're happy to sell immediately. Are they though? You know, we know what they are. The absolute leeches, the vermin stuck to this football club, and we just can't shake them. And they're very, very good. We've seen it so many times now over the years since they've been here. They're so good at dressing up, you know, these words, and we a lot of the time, you know, some people buy into them. I used to buy into them when they first come to the club. I don't anymore. I just see through them. It's just bollocks. It's rubbish what they're saying. But of course, if there's any kind of, you know, genuine intentions from them, which I don't buy, then it'd be nice to see KLD take over 100% in this club. In an ideal world, that would happen. I don't know whether that will. We'll get more answers from KLD tomorrow, I'm presuming, but this is what I mean. What they've done here now is they've piled all the pressure and put the ball in KLD's court. But I don't think it'll be as easy as that. It'll be very, very interesting to see what Kirill Louis-Dreyfus does say tomorrow at the meeting. But yeah, so they're just greedy as hell, aren't they? They're just greedy as hell. 11 point something million when they bought the club with the club's own money. They've been pulling money out of the club. They withdrew, what was it, 20 odd million out of the club, and then wrote it off themselves, which just, it doesn't make any sense. They've just robbed the club blind, and then asking for over 10 million to buy the shares. The absolute charlatans. Absolute charlatans. But yeah, so that is everything that has been going on today around the football club. Nothing else really to report as of right now as I'm recording this. But yeah, so what do you guys think of this? Let me know in the comments down below. I thought I'd just give you a bit of an update as to what is going on for those of you who don't get the same sort of resources I do. I know some people just don't have the time to check up on the news and they prefer digesting through my sort of little videos and stuff. But either way, let me know in the comments down below. But if you've enjoyed, like and subscribe and all that nonsense. But for now, take care and stay jammy.